There is a kind of tired that sleep alone doesn't fix. It's not just feeling sleepy, it is feeling drained. It's waking up and already feeling behind. It's moving through the day with just enough energy to do what has to be done, but not enough energy to really feel present in your own life. And I think a lot of women know what that feels like. You keep going, you show up, you handle responsibilities, you take care of the house, you take care of the family, you show up for work, you answer the messages, you remember the details, you hold things together, but inside, you're tired. And sometimes you're tired of being tired. One of the hardest parts is that many women have learned to normalize exhaustion. You may say things like, I'm just busy. This is just life right now. I'll rest when things calm down. I just need to get through this week. I'm used to it. But being used to exhaustion does not mean that your body is okay. Sometimes we normalize what is actually a signal. Fatigue can be a signal. Irritability can be a signal. Brain fog can be a signal. Cravings can be a signal. Digestive symptoms can be a signal. Feeling emotionally flat can be a signal. Not wanting to do things you normally enjoy can be a signal. And when those signals keep showing up, the answer is not always to keep pushing harder. Sometimes the body is asking for a different kind of support. And I think this is important because many women do not stop when they are tired. They stop when they are focused to. They stop when the symptoms get louder. They stop when their body will not let them keep going at the same pace. They stop when exhaustion starts affecting their mood, their digestion, their patience, their sleep, their energy, and their ability to stay consistent. But before that point, they keep adjusting. They keep finding ways to make it through the day. They keep taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and their own body keeps getting pushed aside. That pattern can become so normal that you may not even realize how depleted you actually are. You may think, this is just what adulthood feels like. This is just what motherhood feels like. This is just what being responsible feels like. This is just how life is. But I want to gently challenge that, because there's a difference between having responsibilities and living in a constant state of depletion. There's a difference between being busy and being burnt out. There's a difference between being tired after a full day and feeling like your body never really gets to recover. And when exhaustion becomes your normal, it affects everything. It affects how you eat. It affects how you sleep. It affects how patient you feel. It affects how motivated you feel. It affects your ability to prepare meals. It affects your ability to follow through. It affects your ability to listen to your body. It affects your digestion. It affects your choices. And then the cycle becomes frustrating because you may know what you need to do. You may know that you need to drink more water. You may know that you need to eat more consistently. You may know that you need to get to bed earlier. You may know that you need to slow down when you eat. You may know that you need to stop skipping meals. You may need to know that you need to make your health a priority. But knowing what to do and having the energy to do it, it's not the same thing. And when you're exhausted, even simple health habits can feel heavy. Meal planning feels heavy. Cooking feels heavy. Grocery shopping feels heavy. Going to bed on time feels heavy. Taking a walk feels heavy. Making another decision feels heavy. And then you blame yourself. You may say, I just need to be more disciplined. I need to stop making excuses. I need to get myself together. But sometimes the issue isn't that you don't care. Sometimes the issue is that your body is running on empty and you're still expecting yourself to function like you are full. That's not sustainable, and it's not fair to your body. At Life, Strength, and Health, we talk a lot about stability because your body needs more than effort. It needs support. It needs rhythm. It needs recovery. It needs nourishment. It needs a space to come down from constant output. And this is especially important when digestion is involved. Because when you are exhausted, digestion can become harder to support. You may skip meals because you're busy. You may eat late because the day got away from you. You may rush while eating because you're trying to get to the next thing. You may rely on caffeine because you're trying to keep going. You may crave quick foods because your body needs fast energy. You may not have the capacity to prepare what your body actually needs. And then your digestion may feel even more unstable. You may feel bloated. You may feel backed up. You may feel uncomfortable. You may feel unpredictable. You may feel like your body isn't responding the way you want it to. And that can make you feel even more tired. So now it becomes a cycle. You are tired, so it is harder to support your digestion. And when your digestion feels unstable, your body may even feel more drained. That cycle can be frustrating, but it is not hopeless. The first step is often being honest about the pattern, not shaming yourself, not pretending like you're fine, not waiting until your body forces you to stop, but asking, what is my fatigue trying to show me? What am I carrying that my body can no longer ignore? What kind of support do I actually need? And if you are listening to this and realizing that you are tired, overwhelmed, and pushing harder is not helping, this may be a good time to reach out for support. At Life Strength and Health, we help people to look at what may need support underneath the pattern, not just the symptoms on the surface. We look at digestion, stress, meals, sleep, consistency, nervous system overload, and real life patterns that may be affecting your body. If you are ready for a more guided approach, you can schedule a discovery call using the link below. We can talk through what has been happening, what you have already tried, and whether our approach is the right fit for you. Now, let's keep going. One thing I want to be careful about is this. I'm not saying that you should ignore your responsibilities. I'm not saying that life is simple. I'm not saying that everyone can just clear their schedule and rest whenever they want. That is not real life for most women. But I am saying that your body cannot keep being the thing that gets whatever is left over. Your body cannot always be last and still be expected to carry everything. Your body cannot be under-supported, overextended, and ignored, and then be expected to function with steady energy, calm digestion, and emotional balance. At some point, the body starts speaking, and sometimes it speaks through fatigue. Sometimes it speaks through cravings. Sometimes it speaks through digestive symptoms. Sometimes it speaks through irritability. Sometimes it speaks through brain fog. Sometimes it speaks through the feeling that you just cannot keep going at the same pace. That does not mean you have failed. It may mean that your body needs a different relationship with you, a relationship where you listen sooner, where you respond with support instead of shame, where you stop waiting until everything falls apart before you make space for your health, where you stop expecting consistency from a body that has no margin. Because consistency does not come from guilt. It comes from support. It comes from rhythm. It comes from a plan that fits your real life. It comes from understanding what your body actually needs. So if you're tired of being tired, I want you to know this. You are not weak for needing support. You are not failing because you cannot keep pushing at the same pace. You are not wrong from wanting your body to feel steady again. And you are not selfish for making your health part of the life you are responsible for. Sometimes the next step is not doing more. Sometimes the next step is learning how to support the body you have been asking so much from. So this week, I want you to ask yourself, where am I running on empty? Where have I normalized exhaustion? What signs has my body been giving me? What am I expecting myself to do without enough support? And what is one small way I can begin creating more stability this week? Not a perfect routine, not a complete life overhaul, just one small way to support your body more honestly. Because you don't have to wait until your body forces you to stop before you start listening. If this resonates with you, I want to invite you to sit with these questions. And if you feel like exhaustion has become your normal and you are ready to look at what may need support underneath the pattern, you can schedule a discovery call using the link below. At Life, Strength, and Health, we help people build a more stable foundation so your body is not constantly being asked to function from depletion. And if you're not ready for a call yet, that is okay. Just begin with the question, what is my body trying to show me? That may be the first step towards creating something different.